Before we begin, if you enjoy discovering the hidden value of old coins and the incredible stories behind them, take a second right now to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we uncover coins that most people overlook. Coins that could be sitting quietly in drawers, jars, or forgotten collections, yet secretly be worth life-changing money. And today's coin is one that many people have seen, but very few truly understand. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand. It looks ordinary. Maybe it has a bit of wear from years of passing through markets, pockets, and cash registers. Maybe someone once used it to buy a newspaper, a cup of coffee, or a bus ticket. At first glance, it feels like just another small piece of metal from everyday life. But what if that same coin, the one people ignore, could actually be worth a fortune? For collectors and history lovers, coins are far more than money. They are tiny time capsules. Each one carries the marks of a nation's story, its struggles, its leaders, its culture, and the moments that shaped its future. And sometimes, hidden among millions of ordinary pieces, there are rare variations that collectors search for across the world. Tonight we are talking about a coin that comes from a land rich with history, wildlife, and cultural heritage. A coin that many people in that country have handled without realizing its deeper story. A coin that, under the right circumstances, can shock even experienced collectors. The 20-cent coin from 2004. At first glance, nothing about this coin screams treasure. Its size is modest. Its color blends in with other everyday change. Most people who see it assume it is just another low-value coin circulating through shops and markets. But seasoned collectors know something most people do not. Within certain years, certain mints, and certain conditions, coins can transform from simple currency into prized collectibles. And sometimes the difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary one can be incredibly small. So small that only the most careful eyes will notice it. Before we reveal why the 2004 20-cent coin attracts attention from collectors, we need to step back and understand the environment in which it was created. The early 2000s were an interesting time in global coin production. Many countries were modernizing their minting technology, adjusting metal compositions, and updating designs to reflect national identity. During these transitions, unusual things occasionally happened inside the mint. Small differences in metal composition, minor adjustments in die production, unexpected minting variations to the average person. These details mean nothing. But to collectors, these tiny details can mean everything, because when something slightly unusual enters circulation, even in extremely small numbers, it can become the kind of rarity that collectors spend years trying to locate. Now picture the journey of a coin produced in 2004. It leaves the mint in perfect condition, freshly struck, crisp design, sharp edges. From there it travels into circulation. It moves from bank vaults to shops, from shop counters to pockets, from pockets to jars and piggy banks. Over time, most coins suffer scratches, fading, and wear, but every once in a while, a few coins escape heavy circulation. Maybe someone saved it without realizing why. Maybe it sat untouched in a drawer for years. Maybe a collector spotted something interesting early on, and that is where the story begins to change. The design of the 2004 20-cent coin carries symbolism tied deeply to the natural heritage of its country. The imagery reflects wildlife and the natural landscapes that have long been part of the nation's identity. Collectors often admire the artistic side of coins just as much as the rarity. The balance of the design, the texture of the engraving, and the way light reflects across the surface all matter. But rarity always adds another level of excitement. In the world of coin collecting, rarity can be created in several ways. Sometimes only a small number of coins are produced. Sometimes most of the coins are later melted down or lost. Sometimes a small production mistake creates a unique variation. And sometimes a combination of all three occurs. For certain collectors, finding a coin like this is similar to discovering a hidden message from the past. It tells a story about the year it was minted, the technology used to produce it, and the historical environment surrounding its creation. But there is another factor that plays a huge role in a coin's value: condition. Collectors use detailed grading systems to judge the state of a coin. The difference between a heavily worn coin and a pristine one can change its value dramatically. A coin that spent years sliding across counters may be interesting, but a coin that still holds its original shine and sharp detail can become something far more desirable. Now imagine two identical coins produced in the same year. One has been worn down by years of circulation. The other was carefully preserved and still looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted. To collectors, the second coin can be many times more valuable. And this is exactly why experienced collectors inspect coins closely. They look for sharp edges, clear lettering, unworn designs, original luster. Every small detail matters. But here is where things become even more fascinating. Occasionally, a coin appears that combines rarity with exceptional condition. When that happens, collectors begin paying very close attention. Auctions become competitive. Private collectors begin searching, and the value of that coin can begin to climb far beyond what anyone expected. The 2004 20-cent coin sits right in the middle of this type of story. For years, many people ignored it. It passed quietly through circulation like countless other coins. But within collector communities, discussions slowly began to grow. People started noticing certain examples that stood out: sharper strikes, unusual preservation, limited availability, and high grade. The more collectors searched, the more they realized something interesting was happening. Finding top-quality examples of this coin was far harder than most people thought. And when demand meets scarcity, the market begins to react. Collectors who specialize in modern coins began adding it to their watch lists. Some searched through rolls of coins from banks hoping to find one. Others studied auction records and collector forums to see how the market was evolving. And slowly, the coin that once seemed ordinary began gaining attention. But the real excitement comes from the possibility that some of these coins are still out there, sitting in forgotten jars, hidden in old coin albums, resting quietly in drawers where no one has looked in years. Many of the greatest coin discoveries in history happened exactly this way. Someone cleaning a house, someone sorting through inherited items, someone curious enough to check old coins more carefully. That curiosity can sometimes lead to incredible discoveries. Imagine opening a box of old coins collected decades ago. You start examining them one by one: copper coins, silver coins, foreign coins from travels long ago. Then suddenly you notice a coin from 2004, a 20-cent coin. At first it seems ordinary. But then you remember hearing that certain examples have attracted collector interest. You begin examining it more closely. The surface still shines. The details are sharp. The coin appears barely touched by time. That moment, the simple act of checking a coin becomes something much more exciting. Because in the world of coin collecting, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary often hides in the smallest details. And for collectors who understand this, the hunt never truly ends. Every coin jar is a possibility. Every collection is a mystery waiting to be solved. And every year of minting has its own secrets. The 2004 20-cent coin is a reminder that value is not always obvious. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. And when collectors finally discover these hidden gems, the reaction can be dramatic. Auctions can ignite bidding wars. Collectors compete to secure rare pieces. Prices begin climbing higher and higher as demand grows. For some coins, the journey from ordinary change to collector treasure takes decades. But when it happens, the results can surprise everyone. Now imagine the moment when a pristine example of this coin appears before serious collectors. Experts examine the strike. They study the preservation. They compare it with known examples. And slowly, the realization spreads. This coin is not just another piece of change. It is one of the finest examples ever seen. Collectors who understand rarity know that opportunities like this do not appear often. And when they do, the bidding can become intense. Because owning a rare coin is not just about money. It is about history. It is about holding a piece of the